Every single day, you are throwing away something that nurseries charge hundreds of rupees for. You wash your vegetables, you peel your fruits, you boil your eggs, and then without even thinking, you dump all of it straight into the bin. But what if I told you that inside that bin, inside that pile of wet, smelly, seemingly useless waste, there is a fertilizer so powerful, so complete, so perfectly balanced for your plants, that even the most expensive chemical fertilizers available in the market cannot fully match what it does to your soil. What if I told you that the people who grow the most beautiful, most flowering, most fruit-heavy plants, they are not buying anything from the shop? They figured out something years ago that most gardeners still do not know. And today, right now, I'm going to show you exactly what that is, step by step, so that after watching this video, you will never look at your kitchen waste the same way again. Let us start with something very simple. Think about what happens inside your soil. Your plant's roots are constantly searching for nitrogen to build new leaves, searching for phosphorus to develop strong roots and push out flowers, searching for potassium to fight disease and carry water through every part of the plant. These three elements are what every fertilizer in the market is built around. NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. You see these letters on every fertilizer bag in every nursery. Companies spend billions producing these. Your kitchen is already producing all three of these elements every single day, completely free, in a form that your soil absolutely loves. Start with something as simple as onion peels. Most people peel onions every day and throw the skin without a second thought. But onion peels are loaded with potassium, and not just any potassium. It is in a slow-release organic form that does not burn your roots the way chemical potassium can. When you soak a handful of onion peels in water for 24 hours and use that water on your plants, you are delivering potassium directly to the root zone. The results show up fast. Within days, you start seeing darker, healthier leaves. Flowering plants begin to push out more buds. The stems become more upright, more confident. And all of this is coming from something you are throwing in the bin every single day. Now move to banana peels, and this is where things get really interesting. Banana peels are one of the most nutrient-dense organic materials you can put into your garden, and yet they are almost universally wasted. A single banana peel contains potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, and even most people do not know. Take your banana peels, cut them into small pieces, and soak them in water for 48 hours. Then dilute that water, 1 part peel water to 4 parts. All of them respond dramatically to banana peel fertilizer because potassium and phosphorus are precisely what triggers flowering in most plants. But we are not done with the kitchen yet because there is another ingredient sitting right there in your kitchen that most gardeners completely ignore. Use tea leaves and used coffee grounds. If you drink chai every morning, you have a nitrogen source sitting in your strainer. Tea leaves, once brewed, still carry organic matter, tannins, and a gentle dose of nitrogen. You can either mix them directly into your potting mix to improve drainage and aeration, or you can compost them with other kitchen waste. Coffee grounds work similarly, but with a slightly more acidic pH, which makes them perfect for plants like Mogra, roses, and Hibiscus that prefer slightly acidic soil. When you mix coffee grounds into the topsoil around these plants once every 2 weeks, you are not just adding nitrogen. You are also slowly adjusting the soil chemistry in a way that makes your plant more efficient at absorbing every other nutrient already present in the soil. Now, here is where it all comes together, and this is the part of the video that most people will want to save and come back to. Instead of using each of these kitchen waste ingredients separately, you can combine them into what is essentially a complete homemade liquid fertilizer that covers nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium all at once. Here is how you make it. Take a large container. A 5 to 10 liter bucket works perfectly. Add your onion peels, banana peel pieces, use tea leaves, and if you have them, a few vegetable peels like cucumber skin or carrot skin. Fill the bucket with water. Add a small piece of jaggery, about 1 tablespoon, because the natural sugars in jaggery activate microbial activity and speed up the fermentation process. Cover the bucket loosely with a cloth so air can still pass through. Leave it for 5 to 7 days in a warm spot. Stir it once a day if you can. What happens inside that bucket over those days is genuinely remarkable. The microbes in the water begin breaking down all the organic material. The nutrients locked inside the peels and leaves begin releasing into the water. The jaggery feeds beneficial bacteria, which multiply and begin producing compounds that are incredibly beneficial for plant roots. Compounds that improve nutrient absorption, strengthen root systems, and even help plants resist disease. By day 7, you have a dark, slightly fermented liquid that smells earthy and strong. Strain it well. Dilute 1 part of this liquid with 5 parts of plain water. Then use it to water your plants once every 10 to 15 days. This single preparation can completely replace any NPK liquid fertilizer you might buy from the market. and it costs you absolutely nothing. But there's one more ingredient that deserves its own moment because so many people ask about it and so few understand just how powerful it is: eggshells. Every time you crack an egg, you're holding a calcium delivery system in your hand. Eggshells are almost entirely made of calcium carbonate, which is the same compound used in agricultural lime to adjust soil pH and strengthen plant cell walls. Plants that lack calcium show it very quickly. Leaves curl at the edges, new growth looks distorted, flowers fall before they open. When you dry your eggshells, crush them into a fine powder, and mix that powder into your potting mix, you are solving a problem that most gardeners do not even realize their plant has. Calcium-deficient plants sitting in acidic urban soil begin to recover noticeably within a few weeks of eggshell treatment. And eggshell water, made by boiling crushed shells in water for a few minutes, cooling it, and then using it for watering, delivers a faster, more immediately available form of calcium directly to the root zone. Now think about rice water. Every time you wash rice before cooking or drain the water after boiling rice, you are pouring away something your plants would love. Rice wash water and cooked rice water are rich in starch and several B vitamins, particularly B1, which has been shown to help plants manage stress and improve root development. Many experienced gardeners in South Asia have used rice water on their plants for generations, not because a scientist told them to, but because they could see with their own eyes that plants watered with rice water consistently grew faster and looked healthier. The starch also feeds beneficial soil microbes, which in turn make the entire soil ecosystem more active and more nourishing for your plant. And now we arrive at the question that ties all of this together. Why do plants that are fed with homemade organic preparations so consistently outperform plants fed only with chemical fertilizers? The answer is not just about nutrients. A bag of NPK fertilizer gives your plant 3 nutrients. But healthy plant growth depends on over 15 different elements, plus an active soil microbiome, plus good soil structure, plus the right pH, plus mycorrhizal fungi that extend your plant's root reach many times over. When you feed your soil with diverse kitchen waste, peels, shells, tea, coffee grounds, fermented liquid, you are nourishing all of these systems at once. You are not just feeding the plant. You are building a living, thriving ecosystem in your pot or your garden bed. And once that ecosystem is thriving, your plant does not just survive, it flourishes in a way that no chemical shortcut can replicate. This is why you see plants on certain balconies and in certain gardens that seem to defy expectation. Mogra plants covered in hundreds of flowers. Hibiscus plants blooming in multiple colors. Rose bushes with stems so strong they barely need support. The people growing these plants are almost never spending a lot of money on fertilizers. They have simply understood something fundamental, that the best fertilizer in the world is already in your kitchen. And nature has been perfecting its formula for millions of years longer than any chemical company has been in business. So the next time you're about to throw away those onion peels, those banana skins that use tea strainer full of leaves, stop, put them in a bucket, add some water, let nature do what it has always done. And then watch what happens to your garden. Because the gold was never in a packet on a nursery shelf. It was in your kitchen every single morning waiting for you to notice it.